Let's see. Hello, people on my website, whoever's watching, or Facebook or Instagram. Hey. Hey, Mark. Nice to see you. Oh, there's so many. Oh, God. Hey, how are you doing? Swing happy? Yeah, swing happy. Nice to see you. Hi, how are you? And who's on my website, also nice to see you. I have a double camera situation going on. Hi, Major. So a Puck joined us, like usual, which I like. How are you guys? I missed you. It's Tuesday, so this means I can see you all finally. Where are you in the world? Tell us, because we are a big, big community of creative people connecting through this little place called the internet. I am at the moment in London, in my friend's house. They basically rescued me during this pandemic, and I live on their couch. So as you maybe can see, it's a quite nice day out here today. Sunny and fresh air, not so polluted like usual. So if you're on Instagram, let me know where you are in the world. Hi, Chastity. Yay, all my friends. Hello, Alison. Nice to see you. Hi, David Juggler. Nice to see you. Hi, there's so many. Sarah Kolov. Nice to see you. The Gatsby girls. Hi, nice to see you. So many familiar faces. Hi, Chastity. How are you? Give me a wave, everyone, if you can hear me proper. I mean, my website, you can't interact with me, but thank you so much for watching. I'm glad you're all here, because I have, for anyone that doesn't have any social media or Facebook or Instagram, you can always watch these sessions live from my website. Yay, good. Chastity is in London. Mark, where are you in the world? Alison, where are you in the world? Carmel, nice to see you. Oh, there's a big eye. Where are you in the world? Hey, dear. I'm crazy to go. What? I'm crazy to go to your show. Do you intend to come to Brazil one day? Actually, I am. I have two really good friends there, and we're trying to arrange something. This is funny that you asked this. I mean, at the moment, it's really hard to even imagine going anywhere, for me personally, at least. But yes, and stay tuned. I will definitely announce this whenever this is going to happen. But let's see when we're allowed to travel again and when we can make things happen. I'm glad that you asked questions. I wanted to say this anyway because I failed to do that in the last sessions. Please ask me questions, even if they have nothing to do related to today's session or to today's topic. I mean, that's why I'm here. Like, even if you have industry related question or anything about my career or whatever you want, just let me know. You don't even see this because I made a nice frame today for my video for YouTube and website. I've put some flowers in the frame, and I even put nail polish on, guys. I feel like a normal person. Gwen, nice to see you. Lyris, nice to see you. Okay, Carmel is in Richmond, Virginia, USA. Nice to see you. What time is it on your side of the world? Here it is 2 p.m. in the afternoon, middle of the day. Hi, Gwen. Nice to see you today. So many familiar faces. Laura joined us. Hi, nice to see you. How are you doing? Yeah, I did my nails. Even though they're so short, I usually have long acrylics, but we work with what we have. Vita, nice to see you. It is 9 p.m. a.m. 9 a.m. Well, good morning. I hope you have a cup of coffee ready. I want everyone that is watching, it's really important today because it's going to be a really interesting strategy that I want you to apply to all your goals later. So make sure you have a pen and a notepad ready so you can scribble down all your notes. Really important. So if you haven't done that yet, quickly run and get your notepad and your pen ready. I'm a big fan of you and your show. You're so lovely. Thank you so much. That really means a lot to me. It's weird even to hear this kind of things because it almost feels like a different life because our industry has been so wiped out in one night, it felt like. So thank you for saying this, because it almost reminds me, okay, it was real, it actually happened. I had a life where I was a full-time performer. I know it will come back in a different way and in its own timing and in its own version. But yeah, thank you for reminding me of that part in my heart, that I still am a performer, even if I use this way to reach out at the moment. Haha, have fun. I have to catch up later. No problem. See you later. Joshua, nice to see you. Matangui joined. Nice to see you. Well, it is 2:02, and since I am German, I really like to start at least close to on time. For everyone that is new here, this place is called Let Me Educate You, which is a project I've built during lockdown and during this global pandemic to reach out to artists all around the world and share my life coaching experience, because I'm a trained life coach, and I thought, why not share all the things that I know from my own career and the tools that I learned in my life and career and business coaching education, and put them all together in a nice little package of live calls where I'm just going to give you some really actionable tools that you can apply to your own career and to your own ideas and projects and normal life, even if it's just working on something in your personal life that you can use. Because how I used to approach my career is, how can I contribute to my industry in many different ways? That's why I became a producer. That's why I'm a performer. That's why I write and do all these things. And I think this is for me just another way of reaching out to my industry. And you are in my industry. It's not only performers in my industry, it's light technicians, it's all kinds of creative people. And it's not even only to my industry, but I have a big heart for entrepreneurs, for just creative entrepreneurs that really, I think, are very incredible and so brave to take on this quite challenging but very rewarding way of life. And yeah, that's why I created this. I don't know, it's based on the song Let Me Entertain You. So I came up with Let Me Educate You. It's just a little word twister, but it made sense to me at the time. Let's see how long this goes. So this is Let Me Educate You, a beautiful project born in a crisis to connect our hearts with our arts and to stay and to keep moving while we have to sit at home. I want you all to grab your pen and paper so we can start going. Today's topic is goal setting, because every week I am thinking about different things that I hope you can use immediately, and not only when you get back to work or when your business starts running again, or when you finally start to work on your idea. I want that you get every week things that you can actually use. And hi, Didi. You're not too late. We're just starting. Private drama events just joined. Hi, I hope it's Adam or Sam or Annie. Nice to see you. Private drama events is one of my favorite agencies to work with. So nice to see you. Oh, private drama events. If you don't know them, Adam, the founder, has given the most amazing interview yesterday on their live story. So make sure after this is finished to hop over to their account and check it out while it's online. It's a super interesting way of seeing how this company sees the future. It was very inspiring for me to see it. So give them a little visit after our session if you're still up for some more. So today is goal setting, as I said. Why is goal setting so important in running a business and being an entrepreneur? Well, I mean, it sounds super simple and super obvious. We all need goals. And I'm sure all of you have goals. All of us have, that's why we write our to-do list. That's what we tell our friends about. It's the little secret thing we have in our heart. And it's the, oh, can you imagine? And what if? And one day? And all these things. These are all goals. But the thing is, I want that we get crystal clear on what these goals are. Because if we don't get crystal clear on what these goals are, we're not going to achieve them, or the chance of achieving them is pretty low, to be honest. So just to start with, because I have the feeling from talking to people, people think goals are different things. From my perspective, goals are things, are dreams and things that you set yourself up, that you want to become reality. It's a dream that you want to become reality. And when it becomes reality, it will make your life better. That is a goal for me. It's something you want. And by achieving it, it makes your life better. It enhances it. This is a goal. And a goal is something super positive that you love to bits. That's something that you work towards to every day. It's something that you cannot forget about. So to put it in short, it's something that you want to be, something that you want to do, or something that you want to have. And at the moment, it's something that you are not. It's something that you are not doing yet. And it's something that you don't have yet. This for me is a goal. I don't know if you have heard this quote, but I found this really fitting. I wrote it down. In order to have, you first must do, and in order to do, you first must become the person whom success comes to naturally. And I think the sentence is really, it shows you the order of things. You first have to become the person that can do, that then will have. Isn't this amazing? I read this yesterday because I've done the whole week of research on this project. And this was the thing that really stuck into my mind. Hi, Bexy. Hi, Raz. Hi, Opening Magic Society. Hello, everyone. So I wanted to start with a little example to understand why goals are so absolutely essential if we want to achieve anything. Imagine, I already said this on my email list, but imagine a football game. Imagine a football game without the goalposts and without the net, or imagine an incredible race, but there's no finish line. It's completely, I know it's maybe a little bit simple, but it really doesn't make sense. So a race or a game or a match without a goal or a finish line completely loses the purpose. And this means if you don't have a goal or a finish line, your whole work, your whole paddling along and making things work is completely purposeless. And this could mean in your life that you live a life without purpose. And I think that's dramatic, that's horrible, and I don't want that to happen. That would be sad. Okay? Yeah. I mean, you know that I'm emotional about these things, but when I understood this, I was like, that's just dramatic. So imagine there is a sentence that says, every journey starts with one step. That's fair enough. I think that's really correct. But I want to add, it's really important in which direction you put that step. Because what if you take one step and you keep following that step, but you have set this step the first step, just a tiny bit in the wrong direction. You're going to walk for years in the wrong direction. And you know where you're going to end up? Completely off target. And that's again something you don't want to happen. So we need to know exactly where we want to go. So we know we have a goal in front of us and we can walk towards it. Understand? Give me a thumbs up. That should make sense, I hope. Yes, we met at Café de Paris. Raz, we last saw each other at Café de Paris. I mean, the thing is, your name is Raz121635. If you have not introduced yourself with this name, then I don't know who you are. So let me know when and how I met you at Café de Paris. Yeah. And so the thing is also, I hear you already say, you probably go, yeah, I know, Ulrike. We all work in this industry. We know how to set goals. We have set goals. I've achieved to get a website. I've achieved to get all my jobs I know, but I want to have a specific technique today, because there is one thing you and me and a lot of performers do all the time. We are too good at goal setting, meaning we shove everything on our plate. We are completely almost on goal setting autopilot. I'm like, I have to do this, and we put all these things, and more and more and more. And I'm completely guilty of this, but that's why I do this exercise quite regularly, to prevent myself of actually putting too many things and that's, I call it almost goal setting burnout, because you just in this autopilot of setting goals and trying to achieve them and not achieving them because you're not really clear what you want to do. And you get into the circle of not making it. And what happens as a result of that is you not only gonna give up and not achieve, or you're also gonna get super demotivated and derailed. And that's, again, something I don't want. And this process I want to share with you is called clean and cut. Okay? Basically, what I want you to do, take a clean sheet of paper, and the first thing we want to do is we want to write everything down that is in our mind. And what I mean by that is write down all the things that you want to experience over the next 12 months, the things that you want to accomplish and you want to achieve. And if this is something too vague for you, and this can take longer, like it's actually amazing if it's 30 things, amazing. Take for each section the time it will take. This is an exercise that is literally taking your entire brain and you dump it onto a piece of paper. It feels absolutely amazing if you ask me. So you ask yourself, what is the thing that I want to experience in the next 12 months? And this can happen in 3 different spheres. This is an English word that's difficult for me. Spheres. The first sphere is yourself. So, meaning, what are some of the super specific things that you want to accomplish this year in terms of, let's say, your health, your fitness, your self-care, your finances, or things like your mindset. Maybe there's something you want to learn, maybe there's something you want to practice, or maybe there's like some creative projects that you want to do. So just get all of it out of your head and onto the paper. Don't judge yourself, don't cut anything down, just get it all out of your head onto the paper. That's sphere number 1. Second sphere is your relationships. Meaning, this could be your family, your friends, your nieces, your nephews, your grandparents, your significant other, your spouse. Is there anything that needs focus and time that you want to contribute to this relationship? What is the improvement you want to do in this relationship? Maybe there is something that you wanted to recover since such a long time and you haven't actually actively made the choice to do that. Also, this could be maybe your team at work. It could be, or it could be greater society. Is there a relationship that you want to contribute to? And this could mean, excuse me, it's basically the people that you care about and that you love. I'm going to have a sip of tea, because otherwise everyone's going to think I have corona, which I don't. Well, okay, that is sphere number 1 is yourself. Sphere number 2 is your relationships. And sphere number 2 is your career and your business. So what are the things that you want to achieve in your business and your career? What are the goals that you have set yourself for the next year? Not for the rest of your life, not for 5 years, for 1 year, for the next 12 months. What are the major projects that you really want to achieve when you look at your business? If you would have to choose, what is the thing that you know will really make an impact on your career? That is also, it could be, I don't know, launching a new project. It could be getting that new incredible costume made. It could be, do you want to write a book? Do you, I don't know, get an accountant? It doesn't have to be big for everyone. It needs to be something that you personally really, really care about. Yeah, I don't know. It could be that you want to brush up your resume. It could be that you want to give your website a complete makeover. You know what I mean. Do you know what I mean? Send me some hearts, send me something, because I'm at the moment just talking to a screen. Give me signs of life and of understanding if you want to. Yeah. And then, oh yeah, because I'm following my little notes here. Again, this is share number 3. So all of this, write it down. This should be, thank you for letting me know. All of this, dump it on your paper. So this should be so many things. The more, the better. Definitely makes a lot of sense. Great. So once you've done that, you're already gonna feel, just from this exercise, I'm gonna tell you, we didn't even go through the whole process yet. It makes you feel amazing. It's literally gives you a deep breath, because it's all out there, and you have actually, this bird perspective, and can look at it and go like, wow, I had no idea that I actually have all these things on my mind. So you dump them all out. And yeah, the most important thing here in this process, don't think, don't censor yourself, don't tell yourself, oh, I don't know how I'm going to make this happen. I don't know how I will achieve this. I don't know I don't have enough money to do this. Stop. Don't censor yourself. The only thing you need to do at this point is write it down. No judgment. Do you write a stream of consciousness when you do it? What does that mean? Do you write as stream of consciousness when you do it? Could you explain what that means? 3 spheres of organization set under 3 categories. Yeah, that's correct. So, step 1, you write down everything you want to achieve in 3 different sections. Can be all on one paper, but it's just so you have 3 different areas to think about. One is yourself. One is your one is yourself, what is personal. One is your relationships, and the third one is your business and career. This goes all in section 1. It's just 3 different categories to think about, so you know where to direct your focus while you search for all the goals that are sitting within you. Like the no-stop, if you go each category 1 at a time, or just keep writing on the paper non-stop. That's totally up to you, whatever works for you. I know you maybe, for some people, it could work that you just put the 3 words maybe next to your paper and you just go with the flow. I would probably personally, but that's me because I'm super anal about these things, I would probably take 3 different papers and then go by each sections, because it would maybe let me focus a little bit more and lead from one thing to the other within this section, but that's completely up to you. Whatever makes you dump your brain on the paper better. I think I just try thinking too much about it, lol. That's the one. If you're an overthinker, then I guess maybe free flow is the better version for you. And also you can try one version and then the other version. Easy peasy, no big deal. Okay. Yeah, and I'm telling you, even just this first section makes you feel amazing. And the second part, once you have this all down and all out, you're going to look at it and going to go, okay, now it's time to cut. Okay? Because first we need to clean out our brain, put it all out, and now we need to cut. The people that maybe did some gardening, you probably know that the plants, after you cut them, they get much stronger, more healthier, more robust. And that's kind of the same technique that we're going to use here, which sometimes we need to cut back on the things that we want to do, because what happens when you cut the branches, even sometimes really severely, from any plant or tree, bush, whatever, it gets uber focused on whatever is left to make it grow. And the same thing will happen to you if you really get down and cut down your list. So I want you to take those scissors and like chop. And I know, maybe you say, but I really care about all these goals. They're super important to me, every single one. But I gotta tell you, if you don't select a little bit, then your energy is going to be super diluted and your focus is going to be distracted and everything is just going to work maybe a little bit. And it doesn't mean that you don't care about these things. It just means that you're not going to work on these things in the next 12 months. You can even, if this is, I'm just freestyling here, but you could even take all the wishes and goals that you love a lot. You could write them each on a little paper and put them in a little box and revisit them after 12 months and see if you still really care about them. And if you still care about them, put them back on your list and start working on them. So that's, so don't be scared to let some things go. Yeah, so you're gonna start cutting down the list. And how are you gonna do that? The most, it's actually an extra note I made myself. The thing is, what I said before, the most ambitious people, which most of the people that actually join these classes are super interested in making their business thrive and to do more, to get it working. And I'm guilty of that myself. And really ambitious people just overload their plate. And you gotta understand that if you know you are that person, it's time to chop. It really is time to chop, and don't skip this step. Because if you just write everything down and you don't chop everything off, nothing is gonna get uber focused and all your goals are just gonna be diluted, and we don't want that. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to reverse, actually. I want you to focus on the very critical few things rather than the trivial many. It's not a sentence I made, but I found it really good. I want you to focus on the critical few things rather than the trivial many. So, and how do you know which ones these are? So basically, ask yourself the question, what are the small number of projects that are going to give you the highest and most powerful impact and meaningful results in your life? If you look at this list, what are the small number of projects that are going to give you the highest, most powerful and meaningful result in your life? This is how you're going to know which ones you can select. So ask yourself, what do you really want your life to be about this year? What do you choose your life to be about this year? Who do you want to be? Who do you want to become in the next 12 months? And I know this is not a super small question, but it's really important to think about it, because if you probably know this, people spend hours and hours and days and time of their life planning their Instagram posts or anything else, and they don't take time to plan the big life questions. You need to do that as well. Okay? Seria, hi, nice to see you. Love is Love joined us as well. Nice to see you. So, how do you want to spend your time over the next 12 months? Ask yourself these couple of questions when you do your difficult or maybe easy chopping. I'm also telling you, it gets easier the more you do it. The next thing is, wait, because I try to understand what keeps people from not doing this, from telling themselves at this stage, going like, oh, this is not worth the effort. I don't have time to do that right now. It doesn't really, I don't want to afford it. Just don't want to do it right now. And I don't know if it's fear, or I don't know if it's scared of letting go, but to be honest, I didn't really find an answer to that question. All I can ask you, please do it. Don't skip this step, because I've done this exercise many times and also many years ago, and it moved me forward in a way that was unexpected and very expected in other ways. I think unexpected in the way how fast things went, and expected because I planned it, you know? There is another thing that I wanted to add to this. So after you cut all your things down, and you don't know exactly what to cut from your list, there's 3 filters that you can use. Again, like before, there's 3 spheres, there's 3 filters you can use. And the filter number 1 is to ask yourself, what is the payoff for making this project happen? So what would happen in your life if you actually would make that reality? Think about it. And if you think, if the result of this question is, yeah, not very much, I would maybe be happy for a day, then that's nothing you want to spend your time with. If you think about it and you get excited and you see all these pictures coming up and you see your life being better and the way you want it, then that's something of one of the few goals that you really want to put your energy and your time to. So what's the impact reaching this goal? How is it going to impact your life mentally? How is it going to impact your life emotionally, physically, spiritually, maybe even financially? Think about all these questions. And if this is something you want, if this is something you feel yourself pulled towards to, then you know this is the one you want to keep. And the second filter is, which is actually a good one, ask yourself, how will this project ultimately benefit others? So, because I think no project that is only for yourself is actually worth your while. Because if you can share it with others, if actually other people benefit from it as well, then that's something that for me personally puts a lot more purpose in doing things. So what's the payoff to the other people in your life, the people that you love, whether it's your family, maybe it's your team at work, maybe it's the people that you work with, if it's maybe you run a show or whatever it is. So how is it going to positively impact them if you don't know if you want to do this project or not on your list? And then filter number 3 is, I think, the most important filter to think about while cutting down your list. And the third filter is the question you have to ask yourself. Who will you have to become in order to make this goal or this project reality? Who will you have to become to make this project or this goal reality? So what habits, what kind of person do you need to be in order to get to that point? But there's a big hint here, of course. I mean, you know it. The projects that stretch us, that make us scared, that make us go out of our comfort zone, are the ones that have the biggest reward for us, are the ones that make us have a life with more purpose and with more meaning. So usually it's these goals that move us forward the most. I hope this kind of makes sense to you. I know it's if I have to put it in a very, very simplified version, basically, write down all your goals in 3 spheres. It's yourself, your relationships, your business. Then you cut it down. The smallest number of projects that will make the biggest impact in your life through 3 filters. First filter, how this is going to impact your life, spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally, financially, all this kind. Second filter, how is this going to impact others? if you make this goal reality? How's it going to positively impact your family, your friends, your team, maybe greater society? Filter number 3. Who do you need to become in order to make this goal reality? Cool. I hope I didn't check too much on you. Give me a thumbs up if you're still with me, because I know today is quite a packed session, but I think it's so important, especially right now. Everything is changing, and to reset our goals and our values and our purpose is key, I think. Yeah, I think that's mostly it from my side on this topic. Of course, I have, like always, a question for you at the end. 1 second, I'm gonna have another sip of tea. Anyone has a question of clarification at this point? I love it. Only thumbs up. Oh yeah, there's another thing. Some of you will ask, so what is the right amount of goals to have? What's the right number of projects to work on? I don't know. There is no right number, because to be honest, we're all completely different. Maybe you're an entrepreneur. Maybe you're a mom with a lot of kids to take care of. Maybe you're a boss of a big company. Maybe you're a student. Maybe you are a stay-at-home mom. I don't know. And we are all completely unique. Maybe you have health challenges. Maybe there is financial issues that will limit you on doing certain projects. All of us have different life circumstances, and also we are different in our ambition. So it's completely up to you. It's a great way of tuning into your intuition. We've talked about this before. Use your judgment. I know that you are super smart and that you have made great choices in your life. So use your judgment. You know how to do this. That's, for me, that's a no-brainer. Just trust yourself that that you know. And if you are completely still don't know how to focus and how to make a choice and how to find that one thing that actually will make an impact, I still got you, because the people that know me, I love books so much. This one, I cannot recommend this more. It's called The One Thing. This is a New York Times bestseller. It's a Wall Street Journal bestseller by Gary Keller with Jay Papasan. The One Thing. Basically, it's an entire book that is about the fact that focusing on less is more is the key to success. And I cannot agree more. So if after this exercise you still are up for more and you want to train yourself more, this really helped me. And I'm actually gonna tell you my favorite quote of this book, because it's so good. Yeah, I look angry when I like things, I know. Okay. Anyone who dreams of an uncommon life eventually discovers there is no choice but to seek an uncommon approach to living it. The focusing question is that uncommon approach. In a world of no instructions, it becomes the simple formula for finding exceptional answers that lead to extraordinary results. So you ask yourself, what's the one thing I can do such that by doing it, everything else will be easier or unnecessary? Boom. Isn't this an amazing question? What's the one thing I can do such by doing it, everything else will be easier or unnecessary? So this one is a good one. So today, I want to hear from you. What's the one project or goal that you think, or that you are committed to accomplishing and bringing into this world, into the reality, touching it in the next 12 months? You don't have to tell this to me. If you want to share it with us, that is amazing, because I think sharing will inspire others. But I know some goals are really personal. So you can do that here. So what's the one goal you're committed to in bringing into the world, into reality in the next 12 months? And then the second question is, write this down on your notes, because this is a question you're gonna answer yourself later. what is the one thing that you have cut off as a result of this process? And more importantly, how did it make you feel letting this thing go? These are the two questions. What's the one thing you're going to do? What's the one thing you let go? And how did it make you feel? Hint, it makes you feel amazing. Okay, this is it from me today. Yeah. Is there any questions at this point? I decided today is a 45-minute session because this project is just too big for a 30-minute session. Yeah, all good from your side? Then I'm going to quickly say a couple of more things, I hope. So this project, I wanted to say this actually just another session, but we can do it today. This project has grown to such an extent that I was and am still very overwhelmed, and I'm working my ass off behind the scenes to keep up with your interest. So you keep my butt on fire. I am working so hard to up the website. There have been interviews, there have been shares and so many questions and so much feedback. And I wanted to say thank you so much for, first of all, of course, for showing up for these sessions, because to be honest, it came from a very selfish way. I like to contribute, and it made me feel so much better. It makes me feel good to show up for my industry, and it makes me feel good. It's the same thing if I perform, it makes me feel good. So in a way, it's for myself first. But then, of course, art and all of these things, you have to make it for yourself first in order to touch other people and to contribute into other people's lives. And I wanted to say thank you, because this has literally become the best thing that could have happened to me during this lockdown and during this project, this crisis. And I know, looking back, this will be the thing that I will remember most of being born in this crisis. I learned how to do live calls. I learned so many things, and have literally, I had to decide who I have to become in order to do this. And I had to decide, and I had to really look at what do I have to do in order to become that person. And it's been amazing, and there is so many things waiting for you. I have started writing a lot of bonus programs for you. Because I'm working at the moment, it will take a while until they get to you, but they are being written. There is free. I'm planning a masterclass at the moment where you can bring your idea and basically have this idea, and in the end of this masterclass, you will be able to put it into reality. And how you can get that, like anything else, you will have to subscribe to my list. You can do that easily over on my website. Hi, Roxy. You can easily do that on my website, www.letme-educateyou.com. Subscribe to my list. There are so many things coming your way. Beautiful authors have sent me their books for free so I can review them and let you know about their work. This is how big this project is going. I'm trying to keep up with the contributions and the feedback. So if you want to experience all these things, get onto my list, because that's where I will share this. How you can do that, as I said, go over to my list. And also, huge thank you for everyone donating. There is a website called Ko-fi, and you can find a blue button on my website and buy me a coffee. Because of course there's costs involved, which I happily wanted to pay, but there have been requests to help me, and many people contributed small amounts. It's like they paid for one class. I said, okay, I want to pay £3 for a class, and it allowed me to build my website. It gave me confidence. I just bought a comment section so we can keep talking after this session. So thank you so much. It means the world, and it actually makes a difference, not only to me, and it allows me, of course, to keep doing this, but it allows us to exist. You contribute to not only me, but to many, many people. So if you want to support this project, please do so. It really makes a difference. And this, I know it in my bones. This is just the start. I know it. So be part of the journey and show up and donate if you can. It makes the biggest difference. There have been a couple of questions. How do you know if your goal is too big? I'm trying to be an actor for a few years, but I don't get in on schools. Okay, that's a great question. Well, how do you know if your goals are too big? I would probably not ask if your goal is too big. It took me 4 years to actually get into a circus school. I almost gave up going to circus school because I didn't get into any school. The thing is, there's so many ways of becoming an actor. There are many actors that never went to school, but for me personally, for example, it was super important I got into a school. I remember I went to countless and countless auditions literally over the length of 4 years, and it's devastating, and you feel deflated, and I feel you there. It's not if your dream is too big, but if this puts you down and you give up, then maybe it's not the dream that you really want. But if it makes you fight harder and find more different ways and be creative in the approach and what it means to you to be an actor, then it's still the right dream. And also, I think you can use one of the questions that to really, if this fire is a little bit down, and if this little spark is down because you have been rejected maybe one time too many, ask yourself these questions that I just said before, because if your fire, your spark will answer to these questions. For example, if you imagine yourself being this actor in 10 years and the fire comes up and you know that's what you want to do, then this dream is not too big. Then you have to be brave and go out there and find different ways. I'm sure there is still a school left that you haven't tried. There's for sure there is a connection that you haven't made use of yet that maybe helps you. Maybe there's a course that you haven't taken yet. So stay connected to your art and your heart and make sure that, talk to your spark, I would say. How I show dreams and goals and objectives. Alison, could you repeat that question? Because I think there's a typo in here. And since this is not my first language, it's difficult for me sometimes to guesstimate what that means. This is amazing, Ulrike Rock. Thank you, Roxy. I was supposed to meet you this year. This is frustrating. So Roxy is one of the, I think she's one of the most sexy women I've ever seen in my life. Burlesque star in the US. Just, mind-blowing. And lovely and kind and funny and, have a look at her page. She's incredible. Yes, I was all night up to make a plan, and the fire came up because somebody I know got it. There you go. Your spark will always answer. Gin House Burlesque just joined us. Woo. Roxy says, you're so sweet. We will meet one day. I adore you. I adore you too. And I know we will meet. Joshua asks, could you repeat the question in the yellow book, please? My internet lagged. Absolutely. Absolutely, if I find my book. Also, you might see that I like this book. It looks like my friend says it looks like a little dinosaur with all the the question in the book is, ready? What's the one thing I can do such that by doing it, everything else will be easier or unnecessary? Cool? I hope that worked. Such a good question. Literally, this entire book is around this specific question and explores this question. Really good. Anyone else has any questions at this point? You're amazing. If no one is saying anything, then it's me. Because, yeah. Thank you everyone for showing up here, but for showing up for yourself and for freaking, I don't know how we do it, how you do it, but to show up every day for ourselves is tough. It's really tough. And you're in my heart. I'm thinking of you, of all the performers. It's the hardest thing that will ever happen to us. And whatever you do, if you don't even need to make anything incredible. If you wake up every morning, then you're already doing amazing. Don't put any pressure on you, because this is the hardest thing and the weirdest thing that's ever happened. I said this in one of my really early sessions. Someone made me aware of that there is not a single show right now in the world. Not a single show. Nothing. And that's a sad world. So I believe with all my heart and every cell in my body that we'll be back. I have no doubt with that. And until then, just keep doing your thing, keep reinventing yourself, because that's what we have. The thing is, we have to do that anyway as artists. So keep doing what you have always done. Be creative and, thrive with your heart. How can I separate dreams, objectives, and goals? I think it's better now. Sorry for my English. No problem. My English is the worst. Okay, how can I separate dreams, objectives, goals? I don't think these need to be separated at all. It's all in a very similar section. Because, I think for me, it's all different words for the same thing. It's all things you want to do that you don't do yet. It's all things you want to have that you don't have yet. It's all things you want to become that you are not yet. Okay? So it's all just one thing for me. Roxy, hey, have you ever read The Success Principles by Jack Canfield? I think I've started listening to the audiobook. I'm going to make a note of that. I haven't. Would you recommend it, Roxy? Also, if you have any books that you want me to read and recommend to others because it made an impact in your life, let me know. Okay. Any more questions from anyone? Because that's a long session. We have to wrap it up. Sending you loads and loads of love. At the end, we always have a special guest that hasn't visited us in a long time. It is kind of similar to my book, I think. Oh. Do you want to show our beautiful baby? How are you doing? You want to say hi? He's a dinosaur, if anyone can't. Oh, baby, poor little dinosaur. Okay, I think he's a little bit sleepy. So that's Major Fuzzy Balls. The puck that joins our conversations, that shows up every time. Hi, Major. What's up? What's up, baby? So, thank you so much for joining in. I'm going to take care of a very sleepy... I'm going to give him a mint, I think. I loved reading Ikagi. It helped me a lot. I'm going to check this book out. She's such a cute dino. My ear. The baby. I love you too. All you need is puck. Dum, da, da, dum. All you need is... Okay, guys. That's it. Oh, God. I mean, the cuteness on... Oh, yo. You comfortable? You know what I mean? I love you too. Okay, guys. That's it for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll be online next week, 2:00 again. And I have a really good topic for next week. And please make sure to subscribe if you're not on my list yet. Link in my bio. It's super important. You're gonna get so much giveaways and all the good stuff. Right? Talk to you next week. Bye, guys. End. And our stream ended. I've actually ended it. It ended.
End.